Did you ever think you would have an inside connection to Egypt? Well, now you do. Think of nights sailing along the river Nile. Think of an early morning yoga session at the pyramids with no other groups around. That is the type of access we have to the country of Egypt with our guide. I am so honored to welcome my friend Mohamed Hossny to the podcast. Hello, dreamers, believers, and bucket list retreaters. Welcome to the Bucket List Retreats podcast. I'm your hostess, Kelly Morgan Murley. And if you are new here, welcome. We are so happy to have you in. You have picked a really good day to join us. We are going to be joined by my friend and Egyptian guide, Mohamed Hossny. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right because he just lets us call him Mo. And he is joining us all the way from Cairo, Egypt, to talk about retreating over there in Egypt. I can't wait to share all of his insights with you and the type of things that we can put together for you and your group, your family, your friends, anyone that you want to take over to Egypt. We can do it in a cost-effective and very culturally experienced way. So Mo is going to talk all about growing up in Egypt and becoming a guide, what it took. He's going to share with us some of his favorite things about being a guide, and he's going to share with us some of his favorite things about Egypt. I know that almost everyone has thought about going to Egypt at some point in your life. We are all schooled about the pyramids as young kids, so it is such a beautiful and exotic land to visit, someplace that many of us thought we would never get to. But it actually can be quite easy when you have a guide like Mo. He knows exactly where to go, is friends with the hotels, the van drivers, the different locations that you want to see, different cities like Luxor and Aswan, and getting us out to the Valley of the Kings, the Valley of the Queens, which hardly was on my radar, but quickly turned into one of my favorite places on earth. I constantly find myself thinking about the Valley of the Kings, even 2 years after returning. If you are a leader and you want to take a group over there, I guarantee you it will be a trip of a lifetime, and they will never forget that you took them over there to see the wonders of the world. Through this work, I have been so incredibly lucky to form friendships with guides from all around the world, people who are deeply knowledgeable, people who are deeply connected and deeply in love with their homeland. Please help me welcome in my friend, Mohamed Hossny. Let's start from the beginning, Mo. You were born and raised an Egyptian. Tell us about growing up and what made you decide to become an Egyptian guide.
Actually, at the beginning, I was born in a Cairo, and in an area in Cairo, it's a very, very busy area. In the area where I live, where I used to live, and where I was born, it has something like 2.5 million people live in this area. And that area is called Shubra. Because it has many people live in this area, so we call it Shubra State. Which means that if you tell anybody in all Egypt that you are from Shubra, so it's very well known. Do you know about this place? Because it's a very, very busy. I think in the street where I used to live, just in one street, so something like maybe 10,000 people in one long street. Yeah, that's crazy area. Yeah.
And you know all of them.
I know some of them for sure. And some they know me, but I don't have any relation with them. Just we say hi, how are you? Because here in Egypt it's common that while you're moving and passing some people, you should say Salamu alaikum.
Salam
Even if you
alaikum.
don't know them. Salamu alaikum means peace upon you. Yeah, this is any place in Egypt. While you are walking the streets and find a group of people are standing or sitting, you should say Salaam alaikum. That's something very common here.
Actually, I've been watching this woman traveling on a motorcycle through that. She hasn't got to Egypt yet, different parts of the Middle East. And she kept saying that, but I couldn't
Yeah,
understand what she was saying. So now I
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. So actually, me, I was born in this area. I grew up in this area, and then I studied in my faculty of arts, English department. I used to study like English literature, drama, plays, Shakespeare's, old English was not easy at all. But actually, since I was in the middle school, I loved the English as a language. You know, I will tell you something maybe I didn't tell before. When I went in the middle school, I was dreaming, and one of my dreams that one day I will speak English fluent. That was what was one of my dreams. And then I've been to the high school. After this, I've been to the university, and I did choose to be in English section in the Faculty of Arts. Because you know, Faculty of Arts here in Egypt has many branches. To be like art, or to be in the section of Arabic, to be like a teacher of Arabic in the future, philosophy, something like that. But for me, I did choose the English department to work as a teacher of English at that time. I finished my 4 years, and after this, I started to work as a teacher of English. But actually, after 1 year, I didn't find my passion in this place to be a teacher. I found myself to be in another place. I stayed in home for something like 6 months without any job. But you know, here in Egypt, it's okay. It's normal to live with your family till you get married. So I stayed for 6 months, and then I had one of my best friend. His nephew used to work in one of the tourism company, and he told me it's okay. I think that you do speak English well, so why don't go and work in tourism? And then I say to myself, well, I think that would be another field. I love to speak English, so it would be a good place for this. Then I moved to this place. I had an interview, and after this, started to work as a tour leader. To work as a tour leader, it means that I go to the airports, pick the people, give them the stamp or the visa, give them a ride to the hotel, and next day, I meet them with the guides. And then while after I work in this field for something like 1 year, I said that why I should study to be a guide. Could I liked to meet the people, many different countries, many different nationalities, different cultures. I did love this. I found myself in this place. And then I studied 2 years while I was working to work as a guide. Because here in Egypt, to work as a guide, you need to get a license, official license from the Ministry of Tourism. If you don't have this license, the police will catch you in the traffic in the tourism sites. If I go to the permit with a group and I don't have my license, they will catch me, make a report, and a big problem here. Then I studied these 2 years, and then I was ready to be as a guide. And then I started to get my license, and then since March 2005 or 2006, 2006, I started to work as a guide. But in total, since March 2003, I remember that day. It was on the 14th of March 2003, I started to work as a tour leader in the tourism field. So I think almost now is more than 22 years have been doing the job. But I love it.
You must love it if you're still doing it. And I think it's so cool how you get people from all over the world. And what if they don't speak English or your language?
I will tell you something so good. At the beginning, I used to work with the Hungarian people. When I used to work as a tour leader, go to the airport, pick them from the airport, give them a ride to the hotel. How I used to contact with these people, I was drawing for them.
We're going to go see the pyramid.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was doing. But also that gave me another skills that when I work with in the sites and I hear some people, they do speak a different language, I could understand what they say because of the, let's say, the body language.
Sure. Or if you're talking about the same topic, then you start to understand that when you hear it over and over.
Yeah.
Well, we were so lucky that you became our guide when we were there because you're so much fun to run around with. And you know the right times to get to places. And you would get us, perfect timing after a big bus of tourists left. And then we would just be the only ones there at different spots. And it was just so nice to have you.
Thank you.
And answer every single question because all of us Americans, of course, think that, we miss the timelines. So you're like, no. That was 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. But also I will tell you something because I believe that the people, when they come to Egypt, they don't come just to visit the pyramids or the culture places, but also they would like to know more about the local experience in the country. When the people eat, when they go to school, the school system in Egypt, the medical education, the medical insurance in the country. So they would like to know more about how the local life, the marriage, the divorce, many things like this. That would be more interesting for the people to know about.
So true. But what I loved is like the first night we wanted to run down the street and have eat. And you're like, yes, it's very safe. Run down the street. You're going to find the mall right over here or whatever it was. Good place to eat. And we felt comfortable then, just two women going off by ourselves from the hotel. And Cairo is a very modern city. There's, it looks like any other city, I think, except for the people are different from what you're used to from around the world, but very approachable. We weren't sure if we were going to take this one street back, and there was two policemen standing on the corner, and we walked right up to them and talked to them. They were super sweet, just like you.
Thank you.
And it was just a real joy from the very moment we got there. We're like, oh, everyone is just so nice and so happy to help us, that we just felt like we were in a great place.
Usually the people here in Egypt are very welcoming.
That's what we found.
They do love the people. They like to chat with the people. Love to do this. They would like to practice their English. That's something very interesting here.
It seemed like a lot more people in Egypt spoke English than like in Italy. Sometimes you get into parts of Italy and nobody speaks English.
Yes, I suffered of this in Italy. Yeah. It was not easy.
You are such a huge wealth of information that you've gathered through your education, through all of the years of taking everyone on tour around Egypt. What keeps you inspired as you keep going all these 20 years?
That's a good question. For me, what's inspired me, every time I go to the pyramids, I got my inspiration from the passion of the travelers. When they come, look at the pyramids, look at the height of the pyramids. Some of them cry, Some of them, they started to just laugh, 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 laugh. Some of them ran to the pyramid and touch it. Yeah, that's made me inspired and give me the energy to work harder and harder.
I love that answer
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
would think you, seeing the pyramids every single day, you would get so used to it. But I imagine it's a lot like a little kid, your children, when you see their excitement about something, it gives you that excitement again, too. So I can understand where you get that feeling. We, of course, are talking about retreating, and that is a small group. And when I was with you over in Egypt, we were a small group, I think, of 10. So like 10 to 15 people. What do you think is so good about having a smaller group as you tour around? Does that work better for you?
Yeah, the smaller group, it's good for me and for the people, for the traveler themselves. For the group dynamic, after the first night, second night, you find the people are like a one family. They know each other. But in the big groups, they start to be like different groups. 5, 5, 7, 7, something like that. But the small groups, no. The people, they start to be like a one family. Even for me as a guide, it's easy to keep the names.
True.
Yeah.
When you're only with people for like 8 days, you should make all of us wear name badges.
Yeah, for example, when I used to run 40 people in one group. If the tour is 10 days, half of that number, I couldn't keep their names.
It's not easy.
No.
But also the group dynamic, is not only the thing, but we have another thing, it's very good, that when we have a small groups, easier to try the local experience, to go to local restaurants, small size, fit our numbers. It's easy to go to try like a family local experience, visit a family at their homes. Because 10 people, 15 people, that would be a good number for an apartment. Because the Egyptian here, they live in apartments. They don't live in houses. Let's say that 80% of the middle class people, all of them, they live in apartments. Like what I live in. I live, for example, my apartment where I live now, 64 square meter. Yeah, the small one. But let's say the average size, let's say 120 square meter. That would be a good size to have people, to welcome the people in the house. But for example, if you are 40, it is not easy at all to try that local life experience.
Yes, we were lucky to go and visit some local homes when we were there. That was really a highlight of the trip.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You have such great relationships with so many people all throughout Egypt. As we traveled all around, I could tell that you knew a lot of people. And so how does that help as we go to different places and you take different groups, like to the restaurants or to people's homes? Is it these relationships that get you access to all of those places?
Actually, that's a very good question because, that made me to have a bigger network of friends. For example, some houses, they having us. Before this, I never knew them, never known them before. But after this, we start to be like a good friends. I go family. For example, some of them, they know my wife. They start to speak with my wife. They invited us, by the way. We go to have the food in their house. We invited them to come in my house. That's something good. To start to have like a big network of sociable life.
That's great. It really helps for us tourists. Can you tell us why you think Egypt? I know why I think Egypt is such a powerful place to bring a group, but in your own words, is it a great place to bring a group?
You know what? I will speak about two sections about this answer. At the beginning, I could say that for sure the pyramids, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world, still left. We still don't know many secrets behind the pyramids. So many people, they would love to come and see this. I know that all of you, since you were in the schools, you did study about the pyramids, about the Egyptian civilization, the Egyptian kings, and it was a dream for everybody to come to visit this place. So maybe this is an answer for a part of this question. But the second answer, which is that I believe in, I usually tell this to my friends. The people like to come to Egypt because Egypt's like a big circus. The traffic, the people, because they know that in your country you have a traffic light, you should go through the traffic light, you should wait, and so on. But here, no. Here it's something very different. Here it is the opposite of your organized life. And something for us as a human being, sometimes we get bored from the life that we used to live all the time. So when we found something different, we felt more interesting. Plus, I usually say that place here in Egypt is chaotic everywhere, but everybody knows what he's doing.
It is really exciting and a fast pace, and until you get out to the country and then it's calm again. But
Yeah.
the city is definitely, and it's always moving at night, in the daytime. It doesn't matter. It just seemed like it was really such a fun, fast pace all the time.
Usually I say that Cairo, it is the city of not sleeping. You find the people in the street 24 hours. You find if you go after midnight, you find women, you find girls. Usually I say it's very safe. Very, very safe to go by yourself in Egypt and walk even after midnight. Nobody is going to hurt you. Nobody's going to bother you on the street. No, we don't have it. So Cairo, the city of not sleeping, 24 hours, the people in the streets, especially in the summer.
Yeah, I was just going to say that because, I'm from Arizona here, and it's the same way as far as the heat. And everyone goes out as soon as the sun goes down. That's, the only time you can get out and about if you're going to enjoy yourself. The kids are out playing basketball, all of those things.
No, here in Egypt, when the sun getting down, we started to go out.
If someone is only going to experience Egypt once in their lifetime, what would you want them to remember about it?
I want them to remember about the pyramid and the local life. And for sure, if they have time, to go to my favorite place, Abu Simbel Temple. That's my favorite ever.
I think it's my favorite now, too.
Yeah. Every time I go to this place, I know the location of the temple, but I mean to not look at the temple till I start to be on the front and then suddenly have a look. I felt the first feeling that I had ever the first time. That's something amazing.
Right. Well, ever since I've been to Egypt, and I'll have people ask me, where's your favorite place that you've traveled to? I I have a hard time because I've loved so many places, but nothing has felt like Egypt. And nothing's left such an impression as Egypt. You always find yourself thinking about it. Wow, you know, oh my God, I actually saw the sights of Abu Simbel.
I will tell you something. I have many friends on the Facebook and Instagram, and many of them, they have visited Egypt since 10 years ago. But till now, their profile picture their photo in the front of the pyramid, in the front of Abu Simbel temple. You cannot imagine what I feel when I have a look at this. That's something amazing.
That is amazing.
When you didn't change your profile picture with a one certain photo, it means that it's something unique for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I went with Nicole, of course, and that is our favorite picture, those pictures in front of the pyramids.
The pyramid, yeah.
Yes. And I have that one picture of Nicole. She's the only person in the one of the walkways at Abu Simbel with her arms up. And that is such a unusual opportunity to have her be the only person in that walkway, because there's a lot of people there, but you set us up so that we were there after the big group left and the next big group was coming. So that's why I got that amazing picture. So thank you very much.
Usually in Egypt we say that the good guide, he is the one that he deliver his service in the best time. Yeah, that's something very important.
It is very important.
Yes.
You were very, very good at that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you and I are talking about organizing retreats for others to come to Egypt. And I want to talk to you about how that actually works. We would fly into Cairo.
Yes. I will tell you all what you need to know. Just book an international flight from destination to Cairo. That's it.
That's it, because we will take care of everything from that.
Yes. Easy from airport to back to the airport.
That's right. And we have vans, beautiful vans that everyone fits in. You have a nice seats, and we travel all around the city and then go out to other places in Egypt, actually get out of the city and follow the Nile, see Egypt, a lot of Egypt. So that's
yes. I will tell you something. I'm very excited to see the new train. We are making some renovation for the sleeper train, and speaking that from next Feb, we are going to have nice, clean, clear, with a nice toilets, sleeper train.
sweet. No, that's fantastic.
That will be at the beginning, they're going to start with 3 days a week. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So I'm very excited to see this train. But I know that usually I say that the train, it's a very good experience, especially in the morning when you wake up, look through your window, you are going to see all Egypt. You're going to see the green, which is the valley of the Nile. You're going to see the yellow, which is the desert. You're going to see the blue, which is the Nile. So this is all Egypt. Just these three colors are Egypt. If you look from any colorful map, you are going to find just these three colors. You are going to pass by all these sceneries, by all these villages, while you are on the train. It's a very good experience.
It is. And I loved the different ways that people actually get on the Nile. We were lucky enough to spend the night on a felucca.
Yes.
And that was just a wild experience. It is an open air boat that we all slept on the platform, and they made us dinner. They made us breakfast. It was fantastic. And just to see all of the other boats. So there's a couple of different ways that we can go down the Nile. What's the other way?
Yes. We have two ways, or we can say three ways. We can take the train from Aswan back to Luxor, or we can take felucca, which is the sailing boat, no motor, just the wind power. I hope that we will be lucky to have wind at that time. Yeah. So, and while we are moving and sailing, we sail in a zigzag way. We tacking. the whole way. For some, let's say that we are going to sail for something like 7 hours, and by the sunset, sleeping under the stars, just see all the stars in the sky. This is one way. And then the third one, we can have a bus from Aswan for 5 hours, 6 hours till we go to Luxor. But for sure, I prefer. Plus, also something very important I forget about: the Nile cruise.
Who's?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Nile cruise for 3 nights, sailing on a nice hotel on the Nile with a nice food, a nice buffet, and many parties like Galabaya party, like a belly dancer, many things. That's mini show on board.
That would be so fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so when we are organized retreat, we have all of those options.
Yes, we have all the options here.
Here.
Yes. And you were also talking about a private tour at sunrise to the pyramids. That's something that you can offer.
Yes, sure. The sunrise or the sunset, both of them are very good.
That would be so exciting. So definitely if I was organizing your retreat, I would have Mo set that up for us because that will be a very unusual experience that most people don't get to have at the pyramids.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories is when we got there, we went to the pyramids the very first day of our tour, and you said, listen, I know all of you want to hike up to the top of the pyramid, but I'm going to take you to see some of the most beautiful and amazing sights in all of Egypt. And the hike up to the top of the pyramids is inside. You're going to be crouched down, and there's nothing to see. And you tried to tell us. And so Nicole and I, our hair was curled. We looked so cute. We hike up to the top of the pyramid. It was so hot. And, like someone's behind is in your face the whole way up, and your behind is in someone's face. So I enjoyed going up. I guess I am glad that I went up, but I should have taken from that point on, I did listen to you when you would say something really important. I'd be like, no, now Mo said.
I usually say that there is nothing to see, but it's a good experience.
It is a good experience.
Yeah.
Because everyone who's done it, now that I travel and meet other people who have been to Egypt, they're all like, did you go up in the pyramid? I'm like, yeah, I went up.
Yes.
So it was something to see. And just being at the pyramids, like you said, from the moment the bus came around the corner and we could see them, that it was absolutely one of the most exciting moments of my life. So I can understand why that part would keep you going. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. All right. And then hotels. Let's talk about the different hotels. So we stayed in some really nice, smaller type hotels. Are those your favorite types?
It depends. Usually, I tell my people that in Egypt we have all the categories of the hotels. So, for example, I can say that 3 stars hotels are a nice one, clean, safe. I think this is what we need. But some people, sometimes they would like to have a luxury. It's okay, easy to go to 5 stars one. You get what you pay.
Sure. So if you want the luxury, you can absolutely have that. But like you said, we stayed in 3-star hotels and they were all clean, safe, nice, and the food was good.
Yeah, usually I say to my people that 3 stars hotel is a good option, and you could save the money of the 5 stars hotel to do more other things in Egypt.
Yeah, like the cruise on the Nile.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. So that would be, if I was to organize it, to make it affordable for people. That's what I would want to do is probably the 3 stars and then fit that cruise on the Nile in there.
Yes.
Yes.
And the early morning,
The pyramid sunrise.
yeah, that would be fantastic. And what about this new museum? Have you,
Oh,
you love it then?
yes. Actually, I was telling you, usually I'm not saying the old museum. I say the original museum. Could I still love this one? But the new one, it's more modern, a very high ceiling, with the aircon, nice cafes, nice restaurants, nice clean toilets. Plus, the design of the museum itself, it's amazing. It's amazing design with a big space. So we speak about something like 500,000 square meter. That's a big one. That's considered the biggest museum in the world.
And did they take items from the original?
The only thing that they have taken, the collection of the King Tutankhamun. King Tut, they took all his collection and moved all of them in one section in the new museum. But the other pieces in the old museum or the original museum still exist. And I love this.
I do too. And I can only imagine how many things that they have in Egypt if they were able to fill this new museum with stuff that didn't come from other museums.
By the way, this is just 15%. We still live on the top of big cities, big tombs, many pieces is still underneath. So this is all what we have in that museums or 2 museums, just 15%.
Yeah, I don't doubt it after going to the Valley of the Kings and Queens and going into those tombs, just life altering.
Yes, it
I
is.
couldn't get over it. All right, Mo, is there anything else you wanted to mention to everyone talking about you?
I would like to mention for everybody that Egypt is very safe. It's safe to go, move, travel. Maybe I say that Egypt is not easy to travel by yourself, especially because of the traffic, the public transportation, or the transportation. I hope that maybe in the future we could have a good transportations, a public one, to make it easy for the tourists to come to see and visit the country. That would be very great.
It would be, and I do see people on YouTube that go by themselves, but they always end up finding a guide because it is just so wonderful to have someone who knows, everything that there is to know to be able to get around, maybe the chaos a little bit. But I think the chaos is part of the charm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. You know what we didn't talk about, which was obviously one of my favorite things, is the shopping.
The shopping because of the haggling with the people. Try to speak with them. No, it's too much. Leave him and go. And then he's chasing you.
And that's why it was good to have Mo. In this one market we went to, he's like, okay, do not pay more than $20 for a shirt in this place. And we're like, okay. And then I did. I paid more. And you're like, how much did you pay for that shirt? And I'm like, 28 or something. You're like, who sold you that? But I also loved you taking us to, I wanted to get spices, and you took me to a reputable place. And I still have several of my spices because I got a lot. And what I did is when I got home, I shared those with my family for Christmas. I gave everyone some Egyptian spices and the oils. I also bought the oils with.
Yeah. Every 3 weeks, I got 2 big bags of spices. for my mom and my sisters.
It was nice for me to see that you bought spices at the same place that I was buying them.
Yeah. But Aswan is the best place to get this.
Ah, yeah. And then I also got a gold necklace, and you took me to a really great place to get the
Yeah.
gold necklace. So thank you very much for that.
You welcome.
There's great shopping in Egypt.
Yes.
And my papyrus painting.
Oh, for example, I will tell you something. For the papyrus, this is the only that you will not find in other place except Egypt. If you get it and have it in your home, hang it in your wall, invite somebody is coming to your home. Once he will see this, he will tell you, "Oh, you've been to Egypt." Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody remarks about. I got a big one. And it's really in a really nice spot. When you first walk into my house, you can see it, and everyone talks about it. And then it changes at night. It does the nighttime thing.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, oh, I wish you could see it at night. But yeah, you want to leave some space. Well, actually, everything I bought didn't take up very much space, to bring home. But
Yeah.
you could probably go a little bit crazier. And maybe next time I come, I will. Who knows? And then the haggling, it is something they do over there. So if you are a person that likes to bargain with people, you will really enjoy that. My mom is that type. She would just love it. I take her to Mexico, and she just loves haggling with them, and they all just laugh at the end. Okay, well, Mo, thank you so much for getting on a call with us all the way from Cairo, Egypt.
Thank you. It's very nice to see you and speak to you.
Yeah, and in our show notes, of course, we will put your website and any of your socials that you want to share, so everyone will have a connection. But of course, if you wanted to organize a retreat, you could contact me, and I can get you in connection with Mo, and we will get organizing for you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
And
You too.
love to your family.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Check out the Bucket List Retreats website if you want to get an idea of what a retreat to Egypt would look like for you and your group. And if you want to come check it out before you organize it for your group, come along with me. Stay tuned on Bucket List Retreats to see when that retreat is happening. Thank you so much for joining us today here on Bucket List Retreats, the podcast. Keep exploring, keep retreating, and we will see you on the next adventure. Bye. Thank you.